preparations are set up and everybody's prepared to go to battle. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here, ready to give you guys my review on issue number 4 of Batman and the Outsiders. Now, before I get into this, I will let y'all know that while I didn't do a video of issue number 3, I did read it, so I'll give y'all a quick recap and what my thoughts are on it. So first off, my thoughts, that was an okay chapter. There wasn't really much to it and all. Basically, all it really was, for the most part, was, for one, Ra's al Ghul has Sophia, and he was training her to let go of this side of her that is what she is. And that's basically saying get rid of her past. And to do that, he trained her to learn how to be willing to kill people, such as the person who killed her father, Ishmael. And it looks like she was gonna do it, but in the end, Ra's stopped her because that was just the first step into him getting her on her side. And while on the other side, we were having the Batman and the Outsiders team were just having the team work with Duke and learning how to deal with what happened to him in the prelude series of Batman and the Outsiders and Detective Comics. And it all seems like it might have worked out, but that was an okay chapter. Wasn't really much to it. That's why I would probably say give it like maybe a 7 out of 10, if not a 6.5 out of 10. But now we move on into issue number 4. And basically now, since Sophia's now pretty much seems to have been dropped into Ra's al Ghul's hands, she's already on that spot of where she has got her own costume that was made exactly for her by Ra's al Ghul. And let me just say, she looks pretty much almost like Talia would, if not a little different, but similarities, mind you. And then dealing with what happened in the aftermath of last issue, Cassie is helping Duke out with him learning how to balance himself out after the issue that happened in that series I told you about in Detective Comics. Basically, these two being of the same age, and they're seeming to form a good friendship, which is great, while Jefferson is watching them and everything. But it seems like these two are going to have a really good friendship, and I can't wait to see how effective they can be when they can really show what they're made of in The Outsiders. And speaking of Jefferson, well, he's dealing with that Halliburton guy. Basically, he doesn't trust him and all, but he knows Batman has given him a second chance. The only reason he doesn't trust him is because, well, Jefferson, as a teacher and a principal of some sorts, he's dealing with some Caliber, who's pretty much a black market's arms dealer here, deals with guns and everything. But this guy Caliber is pretty much saying that he knows that guns are dangerous, and he doesn't care that if Jefferson doesn't trust him or not. And he knows that as humans, they can make mistakes, and until he makes a mistake, he doesn't have anything to prove to Jefferson. And well, while that may be true, Jefferson still does. I don't mean Jefferson's not going to stop keeping his eye on this guy. And yeah, I can see why he'll not try to still keep an eye on this guy. But while all that's going on, Jefferson visits Batman, and it's here that we're learning how Batman's trying to be with him. He's trying to let him know that he's not an errand boy. He trusts them to be the leader of the Outsiders and to take on Ra's al Ghul when the time is right, which is what they're doing, because right now Batman's not helping him out because he feels that he's being, with his state of mind, Ra's al Ghul will exploit it since he knows him very well and stuff. So that's why he's not going on that mission, especially when Jefferson thinks he should, and so they can help save that Sophia girl. Well, while all that's going on, Duke, in the meantime, while suit up, is not going to go on that mission. But as y'all know, Duke has been having a hard time trying to respect Jefferson as the leader since Batman chose him as the leader. But after everything that's happened, it seems like Duke is starting to learn to respect Jefferson, which is good for the team going forward. And asks for the team, well, they meet up with Batman, who's telling them they're going to go to Cadmium. Yeah, Cadmium, which is where Ra's al Ghul has Sophia. And basically, well, Well, he's telling them to be prepared because Ra's al Ghul will corrupt her soul and everything. And here's what's the interesting part about all this. When all this is going on, it's basically going from one panel to another, showing each of them preparing to go out there. Ra's al Ghul's preparing Sophia by making her learn how to kill and be an assassin, be his weapon for him. And in the meantime, while all that's going on, Batman's getting them all prepared for as they're going to Cadmium to try to save her from herself. But this is where actually something interesting comes in, where Jefferson says, what if she, because they're trying to bring her back, but then Jefferson says, what if she doesn't want to come back? And well, wow, all I gotta say is good on you, Jeff, for keeping your eyes out on that one. Because here's the thing, Batman says that he knows Ra's will know they're coming, and he'll know that like they place a tracer on them to find them and stuff. Well, maybe not a tracer, but he'll still know that they'll find them, and that's why he's preparing Sophia so she won't be able to come back. And that's basically why our Batman is saying, like, what was that he was saying here? Let me try to find that again. Oh yeah, he says, like I said, Jefferson suspects, what if she doesn't want to come back? Well, Batman says he knows that there's a chance that'll happen, and that they'll have to be convincing, try to convince her of the danger that Ra's al Ghul has posed on him, as he's clouded her mind and turned him into her weapon, which is what they're going to try to do, unweaponize her, make her be who she is so she doesn't fall into the realm of the demon's head, which is going to be crazy. And then actually, now that I think about it, let me go back to this meeting that Jefferson had with Batman, and this is where Bruce is actually talking with Jefferson about like how his life is so crazy, messed up, fucked up, as it were. And we all know Jefferson. Yeah, he's a superhero just like Batman, but he doesn't live in the world Batman lives in, where there are shadows, assassins, and everything. And let's be honest, Black Lightning's never faced Ra's al Ghul, so it's a good thing he has people like Katana and Caliber on his side to be able to take this guy on, because he's gonna need people like them to take on these guys. I mean, we're talking about ninjas. Now, I'm not saying Lightning can't handle himself. We know he can handle himself. And he did trade a little blows with Katana. And I'm going to get to him and Katana here later, and their partnership and how their relationship and stuff is working. But still, to hear them talk about that during that meeting, him and Bruce, it's just making me realize wondering how much is this going to affect Jefferson now that he's getting into the world of the Batman. I'm seriously curious as to how it'll be, because he's never faced Ra's al Ghul. I mean, sure, in the Young Justice universe, he had a little scuffle with them when they tried to rescue them in the first part of Outsiders. And speaking of which, it seems like their relationships here in the comics is better than what it is in the Young Justice Outsiders. Which I guess makes sense, because Black Lightning's always been one of the people Batman goes to when he needs help. And let's just say with all this stuff though, this has been very interesting and how it's all going. But also, going into now Katana and Jefferson. So, what we had with Katana and Jefferson is probably giving us a clue as to what will happen after they've taken on Ra's al Ghul. Because here's the thing. In this comic, Katana's having some sort of like dream or something about her husband, Tatsu, who, as you know, not Tatsu, that's her. I'm sorry, I meant Masayo, who, as you know, is inside her Katana, the Soul Keeper and everything. With what we saw in the meditation, and then what she tells Jefferson about, it's leading us into what could be the next story arc after this lesser gods arc is over with. Because, like, after that meeting that Jefferson had with Batman, he talks with Katana to wonder what's going on, and basically she talks to him and tells him about her husband and what's been going on, and saying that he needs help. And and she knows that he can wait. Right now, Sophia is what matters, but they'll be sure to get to Messiah next. And it was there that we also learned that Black Lightning's sort of having a hard time in knowing whether Katana trusts him or even sees him as a friend. But that's just because Katana's like Batman, not really much of a talker and stuff, but she does see him as a friend, and she does respect him as leader and trusts he will be able to help. He will be able to lead the team to victory as they take on Ra's al Ghul. And it's interesting what she said here on how Batman sees like right here she says Batman sees people as soldiers and you are a teacher see people as students. Oh knows, maybe that's why Batman and Jefferson get along, to be honest with you. Who knows, maybe not, I don't know, but it was a nice reference to put there, soldiers versus students and stuff, because look what we got at the ending right here. So Ra's al Ghul with Ishmael and Sophia are prepared, but now he's given her a name, calling her Babylon. But look right here at the bottom right here. Oops, yeah, see how that says student and soldiers? And that's something right there. All I know is this was very interesting as they're putting more in preparation to take each other on. It may still lagging a little with maybe this whole team building and get into it, but maybe that's just because I really want to get us to get to it because Black Lightning finally taking on Ra's al Ghul and stuff. I'm just really into wanting to see that. But I really did still enjoy this book. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 here. I mean, Jefferson with his relationship with Batman, trying to learn how to trust this Caliber guy, which by the way, I don't really trust that guy. I'm starting to think maybe there's something more to him than meets the eye, but who knows, maybe I might be wrong. I would like to hope I'm wrong here, but still, Brian Hill and Dexter Soy, I love your work together, guys. You do a great job here, man, and especially you, Dexter Soy, your art is amazing. I love it, and the writing's not so bad either. Keep going, Brian Hill. I'm sure you're gonna get even better as you keep going on. But I trust you, man. I think you're doing okay with this, and you're gonna get better with it as time goes on. You're good with it already. I just know you can do more with it. But that'll be all for today, guys. And if you enjoy my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. And until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye.